In this video, we're going to learn about something called an if statement. An if statement is something in programming that we use to check if something is true. For example, you might want to check if a bullet hits a player, or you might want to check if a player's health is below 0. And if the player's health is below 0, you want to play a death animation or go to a game over screen or something like that. Or you might want to check if you have enough gold to buy a sword. Right, so an if statement kind of goes something like this. You have the keyword that's called if, and then you have a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of braces. In coding, it's important to distinguish between these. They're called brackets or parentheses, and these, which are called braces or squiggly brackets. And you'll also use these ones here, which are called square brackets. So in an if statement, you use parentheses, and you also use these braces. In the parentheses, you're going to put a condition, right? So I'm just going to comment it out here. This is going to be a condition. And inside of the braces, you put a code block. Just like that. And in your condition, you want to write a statement that evaluates to either true or false, right? And that's going to be the condition. And if that condition evaluates to true, the code in the code block will run. And if that condition evaluates to false, it will skip over this if block. Okay, so for example, I can say if, using the same variables from last video, if the speed is less than 20, I might want to say, I'll just print you're going really slow, like that. And so this line of code, when the computer gets to this line of code, it'll check to see if whatever's stored in your speed variable, currently it's 34, is less than 20. Because this is currently false, it's going to skip over this block of code. If it evaluated to true, so if I wanted to say if speed was greater than 20, then print you're going really fast. Then when the computer comes down here, it'll check the speed is greater than 20, which is true, so it's going to execute all the statements that you have inside this code block, right? And I don't only have to have this statement. I might want to play an animation, add a score, or do whatever I want. So that's an if statement. However, if you wanted to also do something where the condition was false, I could add an else block like that. So if my speed is greater than 20, it will run whatever's in here. Otherwise, so the else pretty much just means otherwise, run whatever code is in here, right? So I might say print you're going slow, just like that. So it's important to know that when it says greater than, it means 21 or higher, right? If it's greater than 20. If you want it to be greater than or equal to 20, you'll just have greater than or equal to. And you can also do less than or less than and equal to. And you also have one called for an exactly equal to. So if my speed is exactly 20. Now notice I've used two equal signs. That's because in coding, one equal sign is used for assignment. So two equal signs is used to compare values. So here I'll check that if my speed is equal to 20, which is how we usually use it. Right, so only if my speed is exactly equal to 20, I'll print you're going really fast. But I'm going to change that back to greater than, because I can also do this. I can say else if and add another condition in there. So else if speed is exactly equal to 20, I'll just print you're going at the speed limit. Right, so it just goes like that. So if my speed is greater than 20 at the start, so I've put this in my start cycle, so it'll only run at the start. So if my speed is greater than 20, I'll print you're going really fast. Otherwise, if it's exactly 20, I'll print you're going at the speed limit. If it's not exactly equal to 20 or greater than 20, it'll print you're going really slow. So you don't need too much practice with an if statement right now. I just wanted to bring it to your attention because when we move on to the next video and start getting user input and stuff, we're going to use an if statement. So that's all for this video.